Welcome back, everybody. It is 26 after 8 and it is almost the end of our show on SABC2, but then it does continue on SABC News. But before we wrap up the show on SABC2, let's take a look at some of the newspaper headlines.
All right, so City Press is the first newspaper coming through there. You can see Helen of Troy styles. That, of course, just limiting, that's, of course, alluding to the Durban July that took place. You've also got Shurufatsu there in bold. She was shining bright at the Durban July that happened over the weekend. We're also seeing City Press coming through with its big headline, State Board on Costly Junket. All of this as a government of national unity takes shape and cabinet ministers have been announced, which is also represented there at the top, where you are introduced to meet your new ministers. And then, of course, Rulani Mukwena, mass exodus drama at Downs. Let's take a look at some of the other headlines.
All right, moving on to Sunday Tribune, which is, of course, leading with a picture of Thandeka Ndlela wearing a ZAR creation at the Hollywood Bets Durban July, which was held at the Greyville Racecourse yesterday. And it leads with NFP battles that could potentially wreck the KZN GPU, and as well as the sub-headline there of funeral pyres mooted for KwaZulu-Natal amid lack of crematoria.
Well, the Sunday Times is up next. Big headline there, SA nuke power plant hots up. Of course, new GNU has set its sights on building a new nuclear power plant to end the country's energy woes. With the controversial 200 billion rand car power ship energy deal increasingly unlikely, this GNU has now doubled down on its nuclear plan and aims to secure approval from Treasury by next month for a 2,500 megawatt power plant. Again, Durban July fever there. Thandeka Zondli at the Durban July yesterday in its 128th year. The race was won by Oriental Charm, ridden by JP van der Merwe. And you're also seeing there world champs, the Springboks, of course, defeating the Irish after a 3-spell jinx. And ANC fears kept DA out in Gauteng. ANC in Gauteng excluded the DA from government amid fears that it would use key ministries to boost its chances of becoming the largest party in the province in the next election. Sims, how do we wrap up the newspaper headlines?
All right, we wrap it up with Sunday World, Sunday World reporting that Zuma's daughter reportedly wreaking havoc in the MK party. Power-hungry Duduzile Zuma accused of purging comrades she perceived to be a threat to her ascendancy to power. There's a picture of her, and remember that she's recently been sworn in as a member of parliament for the MK party. And there at the top, the Sunday World is also leading with a new twist in Downs Pitso court case, and GBV accused ANC Youth League leader refuses to step aside. And then there's a picture of Silomake Kancube there, and actor's wife taking the blame for troubled marriage. So this is what you will see on today's Sunday newspaper.
And just like that, we're going to wrap things up on the newspaper front and also say goodbye to our SABC2 viewers. As Sims alluded to, we will continue with more news and updates on DSTV channel 404.
Thank you so much for watching. Good morning.